If you're not caught up, you're in the right place. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're talking about the 2026 FIFA World Cup final, Spain versus Argentina. And if you didn't watch it, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, why it matters, and why people are going to be talking about this game for a very long time. Let's get into it. Spain are the 2026 FIFA World Cup champions. They beat Argentina 1-0 in extra time at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Torres, coming off the bench as a substitute, scored the only goal of the game in the 106th minute, and with that, Spain won their second World Cup title, their first since 2010. And Messi, almost certainly, played his last World Cup game. Let's go through all of it. First, the atmosphere, because before we even talk about what happened on the field, you need to understand what this day looked like. It was a hot, sunny Sunday in New Jersey. Fans in Messi jerseys and fans draped in Spain flags were on the subway together, singing on the trains heading to the stadium, standing in line for bagels in the morning. About 50,000 people gathered in Central Park alone just to watch on a big screen. And at MetLife Stadium, 80,663 people packed into the stands, with get-in ticket prices reaching 5 figures in the days leading up to the game. That means people were paying $10,000 or more just to get through the door. And then there was the halftime show, which, yes, the World Cup had a halftime show this year, a full Super Bowl-style halftime show. Shakira performed the official tournament anthem. BTS performed. Justin Bieber was introduced by the cast of Ted Lasso, yes, the TV show, in full coaching gear. Madonna performed. Burna Boy performed. A Staten Island public school choir performed with Coldplay's Chris Martin to close it out. The whole thing lasted about 27 minutes, which is almost double the normal 15-minute halftime break. A lot of traditional soccer fans were not happy about that, but the crowd at the stadium and the people watching at home, they loved it. Now, the game itself. The first half was tight. Neither team created many chances. Spain had slightly more of the ball in slightly more dangerous moments, but Argentina's goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez was sharp whenever he was called upon, scoreless at the break. The second half was more of the same. Spain pushed, Argentina defended. Martinez kept making saves. He finished with 11 saves in total, which is a World Cup final record. Spain had 20 shots in the game. Argentina had 2, and yet somehow it was still 0-0 heading into stoppage time. And then everything changed in the 90th minute. Argentina midfielder Fernandez received his second yellow card, meaning a red card, meaning he was sent off. Argentina down to 10 men. 3 minutes of stoppage time to play and then extra time. Spain smelled blood. They kept pressing. Nico Williams came flying in during stoppage time and thought he'd scored, but video assistant referee ruled it out for a foul on Otamendi by Marino in the build-up. Spain was furious. The goal was disallowed. Extra time. Both teams exhausted. Argentina with 10 men. Spain still pushing. And then, 37 seconds into the second half of extra time, Nico Williams played the ball across to Torres, who had just come on as a substitute. Torres rifled the ball into the roof of the net from 8 yards out. 1-0 Spain. MetLife erupted. Argentina had nothing left. The final whistle blew. Spain were champions. Now let's talk about Messi, because that's the story everyone is going to remember. Messi finished the tournament with 8 goals and 4 assists, one of the greatest individual tournament performances in World Cup history. He was incredible throughout the 6 weeks, but in the final, against the Spain team that gave him almost no space, he was held completely quiet. He ended the game with a 3 out of 10 rating from ESPN. He had barely any touches. Spain shut him down completely. After the final whistle, Messi walked over to Spain's 19-year-old star Lamine Yamal and congratulated him. And that image, the greatest player of all time in his final World Cup match, walking over to embrace the player most people believe is his successor, is going to be one of the iconic images of this entire tournament. There's also a photo that went viral years ago of a young Messi holding baby Lamine Yamal during a charity calendar shoot in 2007. Yamal wasn't even born yet when Messi won his first major trophy, and now Yamal just helped beat Messi in a World Cup final. The internet has been going crazy with that image all week. Messi was seen crying during the trophy ceremony. He reportedly said "Gracias eternas," eternal thanks, in his post-match remarks to his teammates. He has hinted this may be his last Copa America too, but nothing is confirmed. Either way, the greatest player to ever play the sport walked off that field today after what was almost certainly his last World Cup in tears, without the title. That's going to hurt Argentina fans for a long time. Now let's talk about Spain, because they deserve their moment. This is the second World Cup. Their first was in 2010 when they also won 1-0 in extra time in the final. This team only conceded 1 goal in 8 games throughout the entire tournament. 1 goal in 8 games, including the knockout rounds. That's historically dominant defending. Lamine Yamal was 19 years old and was arguably the best player of the entire tournament. He drew the penalty that led to their first goal in the semifinal against France. He set up Torres for the winner today. He's already a European champion from last year and now a World Cup winner. He's 19. Let that sink in. And remember, Spain started this tournament with a 0-0 draw against Cape Verde in their very first game. The smallest nation at the tournament held them scoreless, and yet Spain went on to win the whole thing without losing a single game after that. 7 wins in a row after the Cape Verde draw. One more thing, the third place game on Saturday. England beat France 6-4 in Miami. Saka scored a hat trick. Bellingham scored in stoppage time to seal it, and Mbappe scored twice in the loss, and in doing so became the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history for men and women combined. He passed Messi's score of 18 goals, so Messi lost the World Cup final and his all-time scoring record in the same weekend. Tough 48 hours. That's the 2026 World Cup. 6 weeks, 48 teams, 104 games, and it ends with Spain lifting the trophy in New Jersey. It was one of the greatest tournaments in history, and now we wait 4 years for the next one. Alright, that's your World Cup. Drop a comment and let me know. Do you think this was Messi's last game, and was Spain the right winner? Subscribe if you haven't already. We're back every Monday. I'll see you next week.